Hey guys, it's Jen. Welcome back to Joyful Living. I'm so glad that you're here today because I'm going to be talking to you about my journey with my curly hair. But wait, even if you don't have curly hair, I think you might find some things that will be helpful for you. But just stick around. Just trust me. And I'm really glad that you're here. All right. So first of all, I want to acknowledge the elephant in the room, and that is that we are in a very strange time in our world right now. We are all under a lot of stress. We are having to change the way we live our daily lives. And I'm just going to keep making videos. I'm going to keep coming into your computers or your phones or your televisions or however it is you watch me. I might even be putting more videos out than normal because I figure that's what I can do. And for no other reason than it will keep me occupied during this very strange time. I hope that you are well. I hope that your family is well, and we really are all in this together. So at the outset of the video, I said that this isn't just for those of you with curly hair because I had put out on Instagram who wanted to hear about my journey with my hair. And I had about a 91% positive, but some of you were like, I'm not really interested in that. But I would like to kind of put out there that our hair as a society, as women, is kind of a big deal beyond whether it's straight or curly or what kind of products we use or all of that. So the first half of this video, I'm actually going to talk about hair from sort of a philosophical perspective, and then I will get into the specifics of the products that I use and how I've kind of finally come to peace with the way that I style my hair. So if you only came to the video for that, you can skip ahead. But if you are not interested at all in that, I hope you'll still find value in kind of this first part of what I want to say. So I was not born with curly hair. I was actually had very straight hair as a child, and it kind of got wavy, and then it kind of got a little curlier, and then it got a lot curlier when I turned about 13 years old. And one of the things I noticed as a young girl kind of embracing the way that God made my hair is how often in our society the straight-haired girl is viewed as beautiful and the curly-haired girl is viewed as not. And every time I would watch a movie, let's take, for example, The Princess Diaries, which is a beautiful film. I love that movie, but it drove me berserk bananas that Anne Hathaway, the makeover meant that her curly hair was turned to straight hair. And there was something about our society that said that straight hair is polished and, but sexy, and curly hair is not polished and is disheveled and kind of represents either not caring for yourself or not being as beautiful. And I just didn't get it. I would see, young girls with naturally curly hair and their moms would straighten it, and it kind of broke my heart. Now, I want to say, if you are a naturally curly-haired girl and you straighten your hair, you could do whatever you want with your hair, okay? You embrace the whole of who you are, however you feel comfortable. So this is by no means to say that if you have curly hair and you straighten it, that that's not okay. Like, the message that I'm hoping to convey is that you get to embrace yourself however you choose to do so, okay? In my case, straightening my hair never really felt fully me. My curly hair is part of who I am. And the years that I spent straightening it were really for other people. I was not straightening it for me. And as I got a little bit older, I was noticing that I was actually starting to lose a lot of my hair, and I thought it was hormone related. But since I've been on this curly hair journey, and I'll talk a little bit about this later on in the video, I came to find out that I was losing all of that hair because I was abusing it. All of the blow drying and the flat irons and the keratin treatments and all of the things I had done to it for so many years were actually causing it to flee my head. My hair was like, please, would you stop? We cannot take it. And I really realized that I love being a curly-haired girl. And so I went on this sort of quest to figure out how could I embrace my curly hair. I needed it to work for me. I still wanted it to look good, obviously. You know, we all need that self-confidence. We want to feel good in our own skin. And so I kind of started looking at YouTube videos, studying more about hair, reading articles about hair. And one thing I learned is, y'all, we are obsessed. We are obsessed as humans. We are obsessed as a country. What is it with women and our hair? You know, we talk about objectifying women a lot, but our obsession with our hair and having to have our hair look a certain way in order to fit into society, it honestly, doing the research to even film this video made me want to shave my head. I'm not kidding. It made me, do y'all remember Susan Powter? She's kind of nuts, but she was this fitness guru, I think late 80s, early 90s, and she shaved her head, not for medical reasons, but just because she was like, you know what? I'm done. And I have known many women over the years. I have known women who have lost their hair to illness, who have rocked it and embraced it. And I've known women that have lost their hair because they have chosen to get rid of it, because it sort of became this symbol of everything that can be wrong about being a woman, that we have to spend all this extra time on this thing that grows out of our heads. And you guys, it's just hair.
It's not magic. It doesn't have special powers. It doesn't make us better than someone or worse than someone.
I have many friends that are women of color, and that is a whole nother level that I am not even going to try to identify with, other than to say the stories that they have told me about what they have been through with their freaking hair. So before we say one more thing about hair, and before I get into anything about my routine and how I have embraced it and all that sort of thing, is I want us to stop acting like it is the most important thing about us. I love you guys as viewers. I love you as friends. But if you knew how many times you comment on my hair, when I was a pastor for 10 years, and I would get up in front of our congregation, and the comment that I would get more than any other after a day. I didn't do sermons in our church. I was an associate pastor, so I did announcements a lot. I would lead the congregation in prayer. I would maybe interview guests, things along those lines. Sometimes people would tell me, oh, that prayer was really powerful. Sometimes people would tell me, I really needed to hear that today. Do you know the number one thing that I heard from people?
Wow, your hair looks really good.
Now, I know they were trying to just be nice and kind. And, you know, no one minds hearing that. But when that becomes the thing that we feel like a woman wants to hear most of anything else that you could possibly say to her, something is wrong. That should not be the definition of value for a woman, is the way that her hair looks. So I guess what I'm saying is, can we just get over it? Can we just accept that it's just stuff that grows out of our heads, that it isn't magic, that it isn't, it doesn't define who we are, that a woman with beautiful hair and silky, long, you know, whatever hair is not any better of a woman than a woman who woke up this morning and her hair is crazy and she just left it that way. So whatever type of hair you have, whatever texture of hair you have, whatever color of hair you have, I hope that today you embrace it, that you spend as much or as little time on your hair as you want to spend, and that you look at your hair as part of who you are, but it is not defining, and it is not really all that important. It just is, and that I am very proud of all of the things that you've accomplished in your life that have nothing to do with your hair. All right, hair rant over. By the way, I never again want to research American women and their hair. I'm telling you, I started watching YouTube videos about how to take care of curly hair, and that was for my own benefit. But oh my gosh, the amount of time that is spent on, I mean, we could cure all kinds of diseases. We could all learn to speak several different languages. We could learn how to paint like Picasso with the time, ladies, that we spend on our hair, if we could redirect that into something else. So, okay, that's over. The rant is officially done. Are you glad? Are you glad my ranting's over? All right, now, For those of you that don't have curly hair and you're officially not interested, you can leave. You can stick around if you want. It might still be fun. Or you might have someone you can share this with. But now I'm going to get to the part of the video where I am done with the philosophical part and I'm going to share with you how I take care of my curly hair. So I've got the products right here that I use. The big aha moment for me, and there's lots of different methods out there, but was realizing that number one, I need to stop using any kind of shampoo with silicone products in it because it really does build up on my hair and it's not good for it. So I moved to products that are sulfate free and silicone free, and that made a big difference. Also not washing my hair nearly as often, especially as I age. So using shampoo and conditioner that is specific to curly hair. And I've used a lot of different brands. The one I'm using right now I got from Costco. I really like it. I couldn't even tell you what it's called because, you know, Costco comes in the big, huge things. But really the big difference has been using the right kind of product after I wash it. So my routine right now is I only wash it about once a week. And then in between washings to restyle it, like after I run or whatever, I will at least get it wet in the shower and then I just kind of scrunch it. But the three products that I swear by are the Confixer from Aveda, and this is a gel product, and I don't like my hair to be crunchy, so I'm going to tell you how you can avoid that crunchy thing because that's not a thing that I like. And then this is Be Curly by Aveda. I will put the links to both of these products down in my Amazon affiliate links below. You can also get these from any of the Aveda salons. And I think some of the other stores carry these as well. Like maybe Sephora maybe carries the Aveda line. But what I do is I mix these two. I use more of this and then about half of this. But you want to, number one, put it on when it's soaking wet and you want to make sure you're using enough product. The other big thing I learned is to never towel dry my hair. I now have an old t-shirt, and after I've applied the product when it's soaking wet, I kind of scrunch it in, and then I use a t-shirt to soak up the extra product and the extra moisture. You also want to make sure that the product is distributed fully through your hair, so you can comb that through, you can put that through with your fingers. You can also use a Denman brush, and I'm going to go grab mine just so I can show it to you guys, and I'll put this down in the description box as well. This is what a Denman brush looks like, and I'm not going to do a tutorial or anything, but if you just put into YouTube Denman brush for curly hair, you will find amazing videos, and this not only helps define your curls, but it will also make sure that your product is distributed evenly. So these two, though, have changed my life, and the biggest difference has been making sure I'm using enough of it. I've got to use a lot of product because I have a lot of hair. So these are my two go-to products. And then on days when I'm not running, so I don't have to get it all the way wet, I use this I found at Target, and I will see if they have it on Amazon. It is called Waterless Curl Milk, and I found it was actually developed in Australia when they were having a major water problem, so that you can refresh your curls without having to use any water. But this is to use on dry hair, and like, you know, when you wake up in the morning, you can just kind of refresh your curls. So this is a great product as well. So I am not a hair guru, and I do not play one on TV. I will say that getting the correct cut for curly hair has made a huge difference. You can't have it layered like you would to wear it straight because it will just get weighed down, and you end up with this thing where it kind of looks like a triangle, and you really don't want that. You want to make sure, like even now I could probably fluff that out just a little bit, but you want to make sure you have, like, see how she's got layers in here for me, and that really keeps me from having that kind of triangle look, which I don't really like. And you know, it is, again, I can't stress enough, now my routine is down to where I finally feel like I know the products to use, I know how to wash it, and you could spend hours and hours and hours on YouTube. The thing with curly hair is you really don't want to mess with it, because the more you touch it throughout the day, the more you mess with it, the more frizz you're going to get. So, you know, curly hair requires a certain amount of understanding that some days it's going to look great, some days it's not. Like, the weather is not always your friend. I mean, that's why God invented ponytails. But I will tell you that the more I wear my hair curly, the curlier and curlier it's getting. So if it's something you want to embrace, and if you're ready to go that direction, you may find at first that your hair is not as curly as you would like it to be. But as you start styling it curly, you may find that more of that natural curl comes out. And that's kind of where I'm at now. I mean, I am stunned at how curly my hair actually is. And this is the best part. I am losing hardly any hair in the shower, like barely any. Whereas it used to be I would wash my hair in the shower and I had to have this thing over my drain because I would lose so much hair. I mean, I would do this in my hair and get just a huge clump would come out. And I honestly thought that was menopause related. It wasn't. I was over styling it. I was over washing it. I was using too many heat products on it. And it really was damaging my sweet hair. So what do we learn today? Number one, your hair really isn't that important, but it is important. So you want to take good care of it, but also it doesn't define who you are. Number two, we learned that the products I use are the Aveda Confixer mixed with the Aveda Be Curly, both fantastic products. We learned only wash your hair maybe once or twice a week. We learned about the Denman brush, which I absolutely love. And most importantly, you are valuable because of who you are, not because of what you look like. So no matter where you are in your journey, no matter what you are thinking about, no matter what kind of lies can tend to get into our heads, maybe from what we were raised with or what we were taught, what's inside of who you are is the most important. And I know we can say that all day long, but do we really live it out? And after all, it's just hair. It's just hair. All right, that's all I have for today. I hope this was helpful. If you guys like these kind of videos, please make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel because that really does mean the world to me. And I can't wait to see you next time. Whatever you're doing, I hope you're finding joy. Have a good one. Bye-bye.